Okay, so hi, my name is Chris McCoy, and today you're here with us with our Hands-on Rapid Innovation 4-hour workshop. I'll be teaching this course along with Igor Tasic, one of our executive local mentors for the class that we teach normally in the fall and the spring at the UPM. So let's go ahead and get started. Our in-class participants will be doing 10 minutes of hands-on fun. They will be making paper airplanes. So we'll skip that for the online version, but go ahead and make an airplane, have fun, maybe get your kids involved, whoever, but you can read the rules here. And again, we'll upload these slides to our website at handsonrapidinnovation.com/workshop. In fact, I can even, I'll write that on here. So, anyhow. Yeah, so hands-on rapid innovation. Let me get the hands. Let's see if it's going to work. Hands-on rapid innovation.com/workshop. Also, we will have our in-class participants go through some welcomes and some introductions, but I'll go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Chris McCoy. I'm from Santa Barbara, California. I'm a graduate student at UC Berkeley, and something that most people don't know about me is I've played once in a mariachi band guitar, so that was a fun experience. Ask me more about that. And again, if we're going to do an online thing, feel free to comment those 3 facts about you on our workshop page. But anyway, why are we teaching this workshop? So I've been in Spain for 1 year now, actually a year plus, and through my experiences working with students at La Universidad Politécnica de Madrid and just talking to other people here in Spain, it became obvious to me that there was a lack of awareness of entrepreneurship and the idea of being innovative amongst Spaniards. So that to me was sort of shocking, and being from Silicon Valley and having been in Silicon Valley for several years of my life, it almost seemed very strange to me that wasn't present here. And then beyond that, discovering and probing deeper into that topic, we realized that there was 20% unemployment amongst the general public, and then also 40+% unemployment of the youth. So this is starting to really show up as a problem when, the United States being a country with the American dream and having all these opportunities, and we have our crises as well. We're also known as the technological hub in Silicon Valley, and known to have created tons of jobs for the small business, and also created very large companies as well. So this to me seems like these 2 problems are connected. But maybe from a basic human standpoint is that truly innovating is fun and rewarding. It's really, really fun when somebody appreciates a solution that you've designed to a problem, a real world problem, and especially if you can turn it into a business that you run and manage, it can be truly rewarding and fulfilling. So through this workshop, we hope that today you leave with a couple things. So as part of this class at Hands-on Rapid Innovation, we develop a process that we've called the Rapid Innovation Cycle, which we believe repeatedly allows you to innovate cost effectively, and then to test your innovations in the marketplace against the unforgiving market to see if you have any business potential. A lot would argue that innovate implies that there's a market or a demand for the solutions that you make. But either way, the idea is really market testing, creating a process that allows you to rapidly market test instead of hypothesizing, hey, do we have a market here? Hey, do you think these people want this? Well, we don't know. Just build a market test and see if you can get data that supports your theories. Additionally, a lot of people are stopped and hindered by the idea creation process and feel like, oh man, I don't have a great idea. So we want to give you a feeling of empowerment whereby you don't feel hindered any longer. You can proceed confidently with your vision, knowing that you have a process that allows you to innovate, and a set of tools that will allow you to bring that idea into reality. So we want you to feel empowered at the end of this talk. and then also hopefully you leave today with some sort of solution to a problem that you probably knew existed beforehand, but you had never tried to solve. And maybe you could potentially even have a business out of it. I don't know. I don't think that you'll leave here with a final product, but maybe you'll have some key feedback from some of your your classmates, and they will give you the direction you need to go with your idea. And either way, you'll realize that, hey, this is a process. We get real data, and you can make a decision based on that. So our tentative schedule today is, again, this can be any 4 hours during the day, but our schedule today is from 4 to 5. I'll talk to you. We've already started our intros, but I'll introduce the Rapid Innovation Cycle. My colleague and friend Igor Tasic, the CEO of Atlantical Partners here in Madrid, will talk about effectuation and how entrepreneurs use that to create companies. We'll do a short half-hour break where we'll show you our hub and what we're doing here in this co-working space. We'll answer any questions you might have, and yeah, hopefully just give you a stretch break to head on into the second half of this workshop, where I'll talk a little bit about the tools for rapid innovation and prototyping, ones that are sort of within our capability for today. And then also we will actually try to do a very rapid innovation cycle, in fact, the most rapid innovation cycle ever. And we'll try and do that, and we'll show you how that'll work. So really quickly, let's motivate why I care about innovation beyond sort of these job crises things. Well, I guess not beyond, let's talk about that. So predominantly here in Spain, as you can see here, the youth unemployment rate, this was data from, it looks like 2011 in May, that talked about 43.5% unemployment, right? That's ridiculous. That's just under 50% of all the young graduates here coming out of Spain don't have a clear path for work, okay? And other countries in the European Union, as we know, are going through their crises. Greece was also pointed out, but beyond that, you know, innovation has the potential to solve a problem for many people, and if you have a problem that people are willing to pay money for, you can then have a business that's sustainable, and then to pay employees, which thereby would yield a job. Yes, it's idealistic. Yes, it may be unlikely, but you know what? We have to try. We have to aim for the moon, and if we hit a star, if we hit something else alongside, it's better than not trying or believing it's not possible. So, again, I believe that innovation can be a self-driven means to create jobs for yourself and for other people. Additionally, I'm not the only one that sort of thinks this. I'll go along with the Nobel Prize winner Robert Solow and his argument that technical innovation accounts for at least 80% of a nation's economic growth and increases living standards. That's important, right? Like, we all want to live happily. We all want our neighbors and our friends to be able to live happily. And that's why we should care about innovation. If you can't tell what the picture is behind you, I'm not quite sure what day it was, but that's Plaza del Sol, and that's the group of indignados that were frustrated with the Spanish government and the country in terms of its ability to provide jobs for its community. And while I appreciate and understand their concern, I also believe that we have a job as the people in this class, the people listening to this webinar, the people watching this YouTube video, that if we feel empowered to innovate, and we can innovate, maybe we're engineers, maybe we're business people, we were fortunate to have a good education, we should take the initiative to help these people find new jobs and create new jobs for these people so that they can work, and at least show them a path, provide a solution. So I can't say that I was actually at that. I didn't take this photo, and forgive me for who took this photo, and I should give credit. I'll give you credit now, thank you. But I was not there. I was actually working on the course, so that was sort of the irony there. But again, I'm always a firm believer of instead of complaining, creating a solution, or complain with a set of solutions that can hopefully be enabled. Otherwise, you lose credibility amongst those who can actually make change. So, additionally, more of a personal reason to innovate. Life is short. Do something that you're passionate about. and as Steve Jobs would say, put a dent in the universe. I don't want to use too much of Steve Jobs' stuff these days because he's recently passed away, and he was definitely an inspiration to many, and definitely made a dent in the universe. Actually, very interesting guy. I know he had his faults as well, but anyway, that's Steve Jobs. We'll watch a video here in the next slide. But also, if you just look at the definition of innovation, innovation, according to Wikipedia.org, is the creation of better or more effective products, processes, services, technologies, or ideas that are accepted by markets, governments, and society. And actually, the reason why I have services highlighted there is because I made that edit to Wikipedia in the process of making these slides. And again, think about that, right? I was able to edit an encyclopedia that is read by the far majority of people on Earth, and that's very, very cool. So again, that's innovation, right? So anyway, I encourage you to get involved and to make dents in the universe. Let's watch this interesting talk by Steve Jobs. Hopefully the screen will allow me to play this here and still record. So here we go.
Inside the world, try not to bash into the walls too much, try to have a nice family life, have fun, save a little money. That's a very limited life. Life can be much broader once you discover one simple fact, and that is everything around you that you call life was made up by people that were no smarter than you. And you can change it, you can influence it, you can build your own things that other people can use. Once you learn that, you'll never be the same again.
That video to me really represents a really powerful statement in the fact that he's basically encouraging you to be that person that can change the world. Not a lot of people think that way. Not a lot of people feel they can do that, especially amongst the Spanish culture. I get the feeling that there's a lot of hesitation to try and do these things. But again, we'd all agree that Steve Jobs made a dent in the world. I'm sure many of you are using his products and his company's products, and so we have to owe him thanks for those devices. But also, you know, listen to him. Actually believe these statements. These people have reached this point in their life, and they really do believe these things. So that's the motivation. I'm sure you have your own personal motivations of why I do these sorts of things. So again, I commend you for getting involved. I commend you for being here on a holiday, learning and listening to me about innovation, talk about innovation. So let's go ahead and talk about what we've created here called the Rapid Innovation Cycle. So back in June, when we first started playing around with the idea of creating this course and teaching this course, this was a first graphic I created that really starts with you know, identifying a problem you know, that could be solved by a product, service, or process. Again, you go and you brainstorm, you generate as many possible solutions as you can, and then you go to the solution phase. You say, okay, what is doable, what can we build, what's within our resources. You build it, you experiment, you model, and then you test it in a market. You test it amongst your friends, you test it amongst your family, you test it amongst the general public at large, using the tools that are available. You make adjustments based on that feedback. Should you want to continue, you decide at that point, hey, like, do I have a business, do I not have a business, do I want to keep going? And then you decide, hey, do I want to exit? Like, do I exit with an IPO, an acquisition, a license, or I do this all over again? So we're going to pause the video here, and we're going to start up on the slide in a minute because we want to make sure all these videos fit on YouTube. So hold tight, and we'll get the next video started here in 2 minutes.